Cinema Awards, sir. So, உலக சினிமா அளவுக்கு எல்லாமே பண்ணி முடிச்சுட்டு இன்னைக்கு இங்கே ஐஃபா அவார்ட்ஸில் அவுட்ஸ்டாண்டிங் அச்சீவ்மெண்ட் இருந்துச்சு. How does it feel, sir?
No, I think I've done what I thought is the best thing to do. பாராட்டு கிடைக்கணுங்கிறத விட முக்கியம், I thought I should do good to my conscience. That's all I've been doing. And I'm a great fan of cinema. I'm a movie buff. So I'm being honored and I'm embarrassed because I'm like every other movie buff. I'm a movie fan. And if I had not come into movies, I'd be watching them. I'm fortunate to be working in the industry and even surprised that so much honor comes my way. I'm honored and humbled.
Great, sir. And the last few years, ஒரு கோவிட்க்கு அப்புறமே வந்து நம்ம சினிமாக்குள்ள இருக்க அந்த பேரியரே வந்து குறைஞ்சி போச்சு. இந்த நார்த் சவுத் டிவைட் குறைஞ்சி போச்சு. பட் ஆனால் அந்த பேன் இண்டியன் டேக் மட்டும் வந்து இருந்துமே இருக்கு சார். How do you look at it, sir? அதெல்லாம் உண்மையா? You believe in it, sir?
Yeah, I think, see, it doesn't matter, language doesn't matter. If the core content appeals to it, you call him Gandhi, you don't call him a Gujarati. You call him an Indian, you call him Nehruji, and that's it. And that's how cinema will also feel, that the core emotion, if it is understood, whether it's Triple R or Vikram or Kantara, it'll go through to everyone.
விக்ரமோட சக்ஸஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் வந்து சார் உங்களோட தாட் ப்ராசஸ் எக்ஸாக்டாக வந்து எப்படி சார் இருந்தது? பிகாஸ் இதான் ஃபார்முலா அப்படின்னா நான் வந்து இதுக்கு முன்னாடி பல வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடியே நான் இந்த மாதிரி படங்கள் இன்னும் நிறையா பண்ணி I would have.
No, I never think like that. Because what would I have thought after the success of Moonram Parai then? What would I have thought after the success of, phenomenal success of Padanaru Vaidanli? Or for that matter, the phenomenal success of Vishwarupam. So the success is something the audience has given me. That doesn't mean they will demand the same thing or they'll accept the same thing every day. Every festival time they want to buy a new shirt, a different design, at least different color. So it would be erroneous of me to think, it would be a fallacy to think that once a success happens, they'll keep wanting that.
1995-96 சேனாபதியாக நடிச்சிருக்கும். இப்போ 2022-23 வந்து சேனாபதியாக நடிச்ச அந்த மேக்கப் ப்ராசஸிக்ஸ் போடுறதுக்கும் எந்த அளவுக்கு டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்கு? அண்ட்
இல்லை, அதான் அவர் டைரக்டரே போடும்போது போட்டிருக்காரு, ஓல்டர் அண்ட் வைசர். That will be very suitable for all the technicians involved who've seen, even the audience are older and wiser now. Yes, there are younger audience too, but we will live up to their expectations, hopefully.
Wonderful, sir. And Raj Kamal Films, as a production company, the collaborations are great, and what we've been hearing, speculative-ஆக கூட கேட்கறது எல்லாமே வந்து பயங்கரமாக இருக்குது. இருந்தாலும் இந்த திடீர், going all out in terms of production.
When I have money, I'll invest it in the business I know. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. If I'm a farmer, you would see me buy tractors and other things once I get profit from it. I'm a film buff and a film maker and a film artist. So naturally, this is the best place I know that I'll get back my money.
நம்ம ராஜ்குமார் ஃபிலிம்ஸ் ப்ரொடக்ஷன் பற்றி பேசினாங்க. கேட்குறேன், நம்ம தமிழ் சினிமாவில் வந்து ரொம்ப நாளாக வந்து ஒரு குறையாகவே வந்து ஒன்று சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க, ஒரு ரைட்டர்ஸ் வந்து தமிழ் சினிமாவில் வந்து
No, it is true of most Indian film industries, except Malayalam.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, but are the dearth of writers or the dearth of good producers to identify and produce the films?
No, dearth of training, dearth of so that suppose you have an MA degree in literature, that doesn't make you a film writer. That makes you a degree holder. This is a different art. If Shakespeare came today, he will have to take at least a few workshops in screenwriting to actually deliver for cinema. He's a great artist, one of the greatest in the world, but still, this is a new technology. You buy a new cell phone, you'll have to know where the buttons are. or it's going to be a piece of brick in your hand. So it is not that the industry itself has done very little for industrial training. It is only by street smartness that all of us, including myself, have survived so far. And then education happens in a very slow manner. It's almost like nature.
உள்ள வந்து கத்துக்கிறது உங்களுக்கு உடன்பாடு இருந்தது இல்லையே சார்? உள்ள வந்து
I don't think so, because a journalist goes to a journalist school, trains. An actor should also be like that. Director should also be like that. And we are the largest film producing country in the world, and we don't have enough training centers. Everybody wants to be. There are a lot of places to learn cricket, practice cricket. But I can't say that about cinema. And I think it is our flaw, and we'll have to rectify it. When I say our, it includes me. I'm not pointing fingers. It's something we should have done before I was born. Now you know how old I am, so that's how long we have delayed it.
நான் சொல்ல மாட்டீங்கன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும், இருந்தாலும் ஒரு ஆசையில் கேட்கணும். ஒரு ஃபேன் பாயா KH 234 எந்த அளவுக்கு
KH 234?
34, yes sir, with Mani sir. The project is going to start soon, I suppose. And
Yeah, we are working on it, so that's all we can say now. And with all your excitement, you're making us nervous. We just want to be cool and do it the way we did the first collaboration together.
great sir. Thank you so much sir.
Thank
Now
you.
we'll just open the floor for
Just a picture with you, sir. Just a picture with you, sir.
Yeah.
Ask the question. Rolling here.
Now,
Please ask the question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
let's start.
Please,
Please start your group.
Sir, look center. Yeah. Sir, what is the meaning of IIFA program?
Celebration of what I already have been celebrating, cinema.
So how do you see your journey, if you are going to facilitate it, or your achievements, how you will see your journey in cinema?
I don't know, I'm a child of cinema. So instead of thinking of it as an honor, I think of it as acceptance of my existence. So I'm quite honored, proud and humbled.
So when there is a question of existence, we have seen in South industry, especially in Tamil industry, legends and actors always take a stand on issues, which is somehow lacking in the Bollywood. So you've never seen that some legends. How you will see this contradiction?
Now that's something I need not look down or comment upon, but the country is more important, and peace, to work, to do your art is more important. Just not even a century ago, about 60, 70 years, 75 years ago, many artists in Europe made the same mistake of maintaining silence in Germany. All of them joined and became one voice, and the result was very bitter. They should have. I think that is why I don't think democracy is the only way to go about this thing, but that's about the best way we've come across after all these years of floundering. And we must understand the democracy as it was understood in Greece, then in Rome, then in England, America, and now India, are different varieties of the same idea. They've made tweakings of it, but our constitution is one of the robust constitutions of the world, and we shouldn't tamper with it. Making amendments should be done with the same integrity and answerability of those who authored our first constitution.
Earlier, your participation in the Hindi cinema was quite frequent. This long time we have seen you. When we can see again in the Bollywood?
No. When I decided to do less of Hindi films, That was the time when actors were doing 6 films simultaneously. And it will take about 2 to 3 years to get one idea out. An idea is like a joke. Anybody can come up with it or a variation of it. So I thought it was too tedious a wait to wait for 1 year, 2 years to make a film. And I'm so used into the battlefield. Once the horns are blown, we are out there battling and we'll know the outcome within 6 months. So I'm used to that kind of, I left on my own. And of course, the mafia was predominantly there, and overbearing presence of the mafia underworld. I was not comfortable with that. I'm only answerable to the audience.
Good
Sir,
afternoon.
about the South making inroads, like obviously South, it's a one film industry, but today South films and South heroes are doing so well in Hindi film industry, and you've done that for so many years already. But what do you?
It's bound. That's the quality of India. That's a beat of India. It'll keep happening. For us, there is only one Ravi Shankar we know of, and 2 more like that. And when you think of Sitar, you think of those names. It doesn't matter what language he speaks at home. His music speaks all the languages of the world. So that's how art should be. And so I think the endeavor from wherever it starts, whether it starts from northwest of India, you'll find stars from northwest of India too. But we have never done that yet. We are yet to. It's only south and north, but it's a big country and enormous talent in every field that you can. We have not garnered it.
You've done splendid roles in movies and characters. What keeps you going on with the same enthusiasm?
As I told you, I'm a film buff. I do the kind of films I'd like to see. So I get involved in them. Sometimes I don't even act in them. I produce them. I've done that, and I'm doing that even now. There are a couple of films that we are producing where I have nothing to do except spend money on it.
The rise of OTT platforms. The rise of OTT platforms, how you will see, like it's a more opportunity for newcomers, or they are taking any subject and doing good, just enlightening it.
How I see it is that I saw it much before everybody else saw it. That's how I see it. Because I kept telling them, this is going to come and we'll have to get into it. And of course the industry disagreed with me. But this is the wrong way to pioneer something, being left alone. Once you're a pioneer, there should be people following you, not opposing you. Unfortunately, it happened for me. But then, now they have understood what I was trying to say. And I have no chagrin about the delay, but at least it's happening now. And this will get a window of the international taste for our audience, which is happening.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm from Radio 44 and the Asian Weekly in Kenya. We have a very small Indian community in Kenya population, yet we get Tamil movies, Hindi movies, Bollywood, Gujarati movies, Punjabi movies, Malayali movies. We're seeing a lot of stars, producers, directors and actors from within the regional cinema coming into Hindi cinema or going into South cinema. What's your take on the the regional cinema and how there's a crossover?
I think that, to me, there's only one cinema. It speaks various languages. When you say regional, it feels like I'm not included. All regions are the regions of India. I'm an Indian actor, and I want a larger audience. I want them to appreciate it. Tell me that I'm tolerable.
They love you there, we all do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Sweet here from My Radio Canada. I wanted to ask, you've not only seen, but you've brought a lot of evolution into Indian cinema. In the upcoming years, what are some stories you'd like to see come to the screens?
See, it's not enough if you say based on a true story, because that's what everyone does. So that's a catch line. But I think you'll have to hit the true chord in the audience. Those kind of cinemas, it's not one kind of cinema. Monoculture is not a great thing, especially in art. So all kinds of cinemas should come about. And I'm a great fan of what is called smaller movies, but like babies, they grow up to be something very big. I became a so-called star from these kind of smaller films which made it big with the audience. And awards are a different thing. I'm talking about audience accepting it much before the award juries grant them the honor.
Thank you. Truly honored to be speaking to you.
Hello, sir. I'm Princy from Mumbai. So my question is, you just said that you're a film buff. What is the genre that you enjoy watching the most?
All.
Okay.
You give me a stupid film, I'll sit through it because I love moving pictures.
And the genre that you find difficult for yourself to perform, or you find it challenging?
Lies which will divide people. That is a genre I'm dead against because that's propaganda.
Hi sir,
Hi,
I'm
sir,
from
this is
Deccan,
Akam.
Bangalore. So you just completed Indian 2, and whenever any movie, like especially the sequel releases, the prior one also get the release. So are you planning to release the prior one also?
I must ask because now these are two different producers.
Yes.
Indian one was produced by Mr. A.M. Ratnam,
Yes, sir.
and two is by Leica Productions. If they could come to a consensus, then probably that will happen. And to correct your statement, we have not yet completed Indian 2. I'm going back to shoot from here.
Okay.
So it's still happening. We will next month.
Hi, sir.
So
this
once
is
again
Akansha
on the
here.
award that you're here to receive as well, let's just hear your views on being honored by IIFA in Abu Dhabi for outstanding achievement. It's a big honor for you.
It is, but I'm quite nervous, embarrassed because I always feel whenever I get an award that I'm yet to deserve it. It's come a little early, and I'll work. I'll work to deserve it. But they've given it to me, so I'm very happy to receive it.
Any one or two films now when you look back that you believe have been game changers for you that stood out for you?
Quite a few. But that film is a collective endeavor. So I cannot say it just changed my life. Indian changed the life of Mr. Shankar, me, and many actors, cinematographers who worked in the film, the music director. For all of us, it changed the game for us.
Tomorrow also a new parliament is opening. Big moment for India. What are your views on that?
I have expressed my views. I've sent a letter to the PM, and that's my view. I would like to elaborate. You can always read it on the net.
Hi, sir. This is Akansha from Filter Middle East. First of all, a great honor to be talking to you, sir. And one thing is also your films and you yourself have been very ahead of your time. You thought of an Apu Raja. When it came to prosthetics, you have been way ahead. But do you somewhere feel that the recognition in terms of what a pioneer you are in the industry has been a little delayed over there when it comes to, because today everyone is following what you have done decades ago.
Yes, but one need not be arrogant about that. And nobody can be ahead of times. That's truly what I believe. Because you are a captive of your time. My education, what I see, the movies I see is what has sculpted me. So nothing is before time. It's all just in time. Some people don't catch up to it. It's like learning a language. Cinema is a language. And that's what is happening. The delay is because few people have not fully grasped the language.